Hi everybody, my name is Sean Nolan and today I'm going to be talking to you about 5 reasons why I think you should go and see Bend It Like Beckham the musical at the Phoenix Theatre in the West End this year. I got the delight of seeing the show last Friday. I don't know when that is in relation to when you guys are watching this, but I think it was Friday the 27th of August. Finally got around to going to see the show and it was absolutely incredible. And I'm not joking when I say that. I honestly went in there and I thought to myself, this will not work. This film is dated, it's about football, it's just going to be really corny and cheesy. And I won't lie, when it first started, it was good, but it was very, very corny and I kind of thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to absolutely loathe this. I hate cheesy things, I'm going to hate it. But as time got on, it got really, really funny. It lost its cheesiness. I learned to embrace it when it was cheesy and it just got really, really good fun. And by the end of it, I was stamping my feet, I was clapping, I was having the best time and I really, really did enjoy it. So I think that's the first thing I'm going to say that you should go and see this. Definitely the energy. The energy of this show is definitely my #1 on this list. So much energy, so much fun, be it the music there, kind of giving us here with the new fusion of kind of Indian music as well as British music. Very, very good music, very, very good fun. And just the humour behind it. It was so funny. The standout for me was Priya, who gets to play Pinky in the show. You might know her from EastEnders. She honestly plays one of the funniest characters I've seen in the longest time. Really, really well done. That actually leads me into my second point for seeing the show, is definitely to go and see it for the cast. I've got the casters in front of me. I'm going to give you some standouts. Natalie Dew as Jess is so much fun. I think this is a West End debut, I'm pretty sure it is. And she is extremely talented. She has one of the most beautiful voices I've heard in a very long time. Very pure, very lovely to listen to. And also the girl who played Jules when I saw it was not Lauren Samuels. It was an understudy. The understudy was, it was her first understudy. I think it was Kirsty Skivington. I'm pretty sure it was her on that night. She was absolutely incredible. I didn't even know it was an understudy until about, until half time as they call it, or the interval. My friend actually did inform me that there was a sign outside saying there were understudies, and I did not actually, I couldn't physically imagine how good, is it Lauren Samuels? Lauren Samuels must be if, oh, I forget names so easily. Kirsty Skivington was on as a show. She was absolutely incredible. Did the role with perfection. Actually, I mean, Keira Knightley plays Jules in the film, and who thought someone could take on a Keira Knightley role better than Keira Knightley? It was incredible. Obviously the roles were different to Keira Knightley's, but nonetheless. Jamie Campbell-Bower, personally, I'm not a fan of Jamie Campbell-Bower. I know he has a massive fan base, but personally, I just don't quite like him as a person. Not as a person, but as a performer, sorry. That sounded really mean. As a performer, I don't quite like his kind of singing voice. I don't quite like his acting. I just don't feel very warmed to him. But I did really actually like him in this production, purely because I didn't actually like Joe very much in the film. Joe is the coach of the football team, if you don't actually remember the character names. And I didn't actually like him very much in the film. I found him quite irritating, and I think you're supposed to kind of find him a bit irritating, because obviously he's playing off the 2 girls that are in the film a bit. And I did find him a bit irritating in the stage show as well, so that kind of worked for me. Not irritating in a, oh my gosh, please stop acting, in a, your character is annoying me a bit, and I think maybe that's what we're supposed to do, so hopefully that's a positive thing. I also want to have a massive shout out to Mrs. and Mr. Bamra. They were played by Natasha, I'm going to murder your surname, I'm going to call her Natasha J, I'm going to shorten it, and Tony J. Oh, that's a coincidence. They both have similar prefixes of their names. So Natasha and Tony, who play the 2 parents, Mr. and Mrs. Bamra, they are absolutely hilarious. And obviously with Priya, who plays Pinky Bamra. The Bamra family were just absolutely hilarious. Honestly, I don't find many things funny at the theatre, but I was absolutely side-splittingly wetting myself nearly laughing. It was so funny. Really enjoyed it. And as I actually said in my McQueen video, another casting choice that was fantastic was the ensemble of this show. It must be really difficult for an ensemble of performers who aren't necessarily football players to then go and do football on stage, which isn't actually proper football. It must be very confusing, and I really do appreciate that. And that actually reminds me that the girl who plays Jess, who is Natalie Dew, I will remember names one day, I promise. Natalie Dew, she has a lot of scenes where she needs to be copying other people, kind of copying them, learning what she's doing, which I think is actually a very hard task to master if you do the role every single night of the week, because you'll know it through and through. It must be very hard for her to not kind of jump ahead of the game and get into time with them, so I really applaud her for doing that. So yes, fantastic casting is #2 on my list of reasons why you should go see Bend It Like Beckham. #3 is the fantastic music and lyrics. It's a fantastically scored piece, and if you have the album is available now on iTunes and it's also on Spotify, so you can go and listen to that. The physical CD does not come out until September the 11th if you're a physical CD fan, so do wait for that. But If you want to listen to the music, it's on Spotify or it's on iTunes. It is really, really good fun. There are some songs I find quite corny, quite cheesy, but definitely the musical part of the score is a beautiful blend of Indian and British music. And if you love Indian kind of music, it is really, really beautiful. There's so much Indian music and Indian dance in the show at different points, and I really, really did enjoy that. It was a highlight for me. So that is number 3. And number 4 is the book of the piece, which is written by Gurinder Chadha, who wrote the book for, obviously, not the book, like the screenplay for the movie originally, and she also is very famous doing Anger Songs and Perfect Snogging. I'm pretty sure she did the screenplay for that as well. And she also was helped on the book by Paul Maida Burgess. I'm terrible at names, as I just said, and Gurinder also directed the production. It was absolutely fantastic, and I applaud the book because it was such a fantastic update of the film that obviously came out in 2001. The piece is still set in 2001, and it was fantastic how they took a piece that was so dated. To me, it felt very dated when I watched the film again recently. I felt very, very dated watching it. And it was interesting to see a piece that kind of, it highlights sexism in sport, and it kind of highlights all these problems that 2001 had culturally and diversity-wise, and it takes it into this production, and it parodises, is that the word? Parodises? I don't know where the letters come in that word. And it just makes fun of the situation, and it kind of brings to light that sexism was once like that. And now it's coming round recently with female football teams being a lot more prominent in the UK now. And obviously with culture kind of have blended a lot more in the past 15 years. It was really, really nice to see the story that was so dated be brought into such a modern setting and be so relevant. That was what I really enjoyed about that. So that is number 4. Fantastic book and well directed. Just a really well conceived production, definitely. And my final and 5th point for going to see the show is the set of the production, which I thought was really randomly very, very good. And I didn't actually even have thought process about the set before the show started. I didn't even consider the set being fantastic. Didn't even cross my mind. But when it started, it was really well done, very sleek, just really good fun. The lighting on the stage was beautiful to see, and the way they kind of changed scenery and changed different scenes, it was just fantastic. Different things came on. It was actually done by Miriam Buther, I think that's how you pronounce her name. She's actually a 2-time Olivier Award nominee. She did, as it says on my computer here, she did Earthquakes of London in 2011, Earthquakes in London, sorry, which she was Olivier nominated for, and also Wild Swans in 2013. I think she has a lot of ballet set. She has done quite a few things in New York, and also regional as well as a national, the Young Vic, the Almeida, different things like that. So really, really good fun. So I really, really enjoyed that set as well. So those are my 5 reasons why you should go and see Bend Like Beckham at the Phoenix Theatre. Go and get down there this year and get your tickets down below at London Theatre Direct. If you've seen the show, tweet me at ShawnEeCat and let me know what you thought, or if you haven't yet and you're going to see it, let me know about your excitement over on there as well. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you all soon. Bye, everyone.